'cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay, 'cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency, a message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with.
All right. There was a lot of talk in this locker room at the beginning of the season about winning the NBA Cup and using that run to turn this year into something special. The team you're playing tonight, they don't care about your hopes or your dreams or what any of you are visualizing. We lose this game, we're out of the tournament before it even gets started, and the rest of the league gets the scent of blood. Don't get so lost in the clouds that you trip over what's right in front of your face. You take it one possession at a time, one rotation at a time. Make the pass. Trust your teammates. Trust the work. We are not winning any trophies tonight, gentlemen. Just focus on beating the team that's in front of you. Yep. All right? Bring it in. Win on 3.
All right. 1, 2, 3, win! Let's go. Let's go.
Hi, folks. Glad to have you with us here. You're watching the East quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. We're excited to bring it to you. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. And we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You look at Miami, things stacking up nicely for them so far. #1 in their conference and looking formidable. And of course, Boston, nipping at their heels in second place and wanting to get that first seed.
Well, I think for Miami, you have to really give it to them. I mean, they are backing up all the preseason hype. They've been outstanding early.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Drew Holiday. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. And for the Heat, Hero and Jaquez Jr. are out on the perimeter. Kevin Love out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Hall in at the 1. And one of these teams tonight will be moving on to the NBA Cup semifinals on the Eastern Conference side. The other will be out.
And we've been looking forward to this for a while. It's when we get to see how much fun this tournament is. It's do or die time, and there are no second chances in the NBA Cup.
And this is, of course, a critical game for MP to come through and help his team stay alive in the battle for the NBA Cup. I'm anticipating the intensity to be a little more ramped up in this one.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you can sense that element of urgency. We're going to see players diving for the loose balls, hounding defense, some fast-paced action end to end. All eyes, including mine, will be on how MP rises to the occasion.
Brown scanning the floor. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Holiday. Can't hit that one. Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Boston. Here's Hall. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. He was unstoppable. Holiday against Hero. Here's Brown. Adebayo grabs the board.
0 for 4 to start things off. Got a bit of a pillow fight brewing here, but they're going to get it going.
And Hall gets it to go. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
Now here's Holiday. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
I mean, just a tough start, missing their first 5 shots.
Here's Hall. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
Out to a hot start. 4 makes and 5 shots to begin this ball game.
Pass to Pritchard. Holiday with the ball. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Porzingis sets a screen. They need this. And the basket by Holiday.
Always reading the angles. Holiday's able to find his shot.
Miami leading by 7. Here's Hall. He's got 9. Oh, the teardrop falls in. Hall's got 11 points.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Thanks. Well, the Celtics won their 18th championship in 2024, the most of any franchise in the NBA, and with multiple extensions this summer, securing their core moving forward, Boston has made huge financial commitments to compete for championships every single year.
Not a team to be taken lightly. All right, Shams, thank you for the report.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Eric Spoelstra had a few moments to share with me. Their team's biggest concern tonight, the scoring of Jaylen Brown. Coach commenting, quote, Brown has become an elite scorer in this league. Jaylen can have huge nights. We know he's going to score, but we have to limit his easy looks, especially early. Something to watch, B.A.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Of his 8 shots so far, he's only missed 1. He's starting this game strong.
Pritchard, no good. Heat leading by 10. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Love, that's good.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Here's Pritchard. No points yet. And here's Brown for 3. And Hero grabs the board. Hero's got 4 rebounds now. And he drives. Okay, knockout!
Man!
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. Outside Tatum to end the run. Boston again missing. And a chance to add to the lead here.
Yeah, B.A., they should really stick with what they've been doing.
And Hall gets it to go. Hall's got 19 points.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Tatum can't hit.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
And he gets that one. 21 points in the game.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and...
Oh, it's good!
At the buzzer, that is how you finish it.
And just nails the 3. Way to close the quarter.
He knew exactly how he wanted to do it, too. There was no doubt in his mind that it was going to fall.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Miami out in front, up by 15. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Miami.
The story so far has been their mid-range shooting. The analytics might not like it, but elite offenses still knock it down from that area.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
They've got Duncan Robinson, and it's Ware in at the 5. So that's who Miami starts the second with.
Over the years, Tatum has limited the amount of mid-range jumpers that he takes, but it is still a natural part of his game.
Hall. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And Grant, with this game being the quarterfinals matchup in the NBA Cup, it'll be interesting to see just how much these teams are willing to lay it on the line.
Yeah, some teams didn't make any changes during group play, but that mentality can change in a heartbeat when you know this could be the end of the road if you drop the game tonight.
Boston making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. And Grant, the Heat, last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important. Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback. Count that bucket.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Tatum passes to Horford. Griffin outside. Back to Horford. Griffin left side. Yes! Great play by Horford to set him up. Griffin's got his first 2 points.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Crafty move. And Hall gets it to go.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. It's a 16-point game. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
It always helps when your opponent turns the ball over that many times. I thought it was the deciding factor overall.
It definitely made things easier for them. When the other team is just handing you the ball back, you got to make them pay for it.
Connects from downtown.
Ooh, how about that extended range from Tatum? It was an absolute bomb.
Here's Hall, defended by Griffin. Jovic passes to Hall, shoots over Griffin, and Miami again with the bucket.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
Celtics trail by 15. Here's Hauser. No made baskets yet. Griffin in the post, working on Robinson. Missed inside.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight. What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
The Celtics have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. The Celtics making a switch here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Cornette. Brown comes in for Jason Tatum. Holiday's checked in for Hauser. And Pritchard is subbed in for Griffin. Hero, the pass to Hall. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Hall's got 13 points in this quarter.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Holiday finds Brown. To the wing, right side. Porzingis passes to Pritchard. Horford outside, fires from deep. The rebound by Ware. Miami leading by 19. A minute 9 left in the first half of this one.
Might rush that one a little bit. Pretty clean look inside.
Here's Holiday. They get it back. They shoot again. Good. Holiday's got 7. 54 seconds left in the first half of this game. Here's Hall. And the shot goes. And the Heat lead by 19.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Pritchard. No points so far. Brown, no good.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. That one falls.
The adjustment, man, what a finish.
Celtics trail by 21. Outside, Brown. Beyond the arc. The shot that time not on target. He gets it up. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's the Miami Heat. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. Back after this.
Before we get into that, I want to know, back when you guys played, what was your favorite city to play in?
Well, Shaq played for every team in the league, so I'd like to ask him first, Ernest.
Well, everybody wanted me, Kenny. Don't be jealous. I say L.A. is way up there. You know, because you're always home. Especially during the 3P days. It was very, very hot there.
Yeah, you kind of set yourself up for that one, Jeff.
I know.
And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Heat.
They've made it fun to watch.
Appreciate you joining us.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Heat leading by 21. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Drew Holiday out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low. So it's Miami now. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Hall passes to Hero. Here's Hall. Launches a 3. He drops it from range. Hall's got 43 points.
Putting it right on the money. Love has impressive court awareness, and I'm speaking from experience.
Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Back to Pritchard, puts up a 3. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
And Hall gets it to go.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Outside, Brown. Over Jaquez. Brown can't hit.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Hall takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Hall's got 47 points.
I just love the ball movement.
Pass to Pritchard. Outside Holiday. Looking to end the run. Hits the trifecta. Holiday's got 10 points.
And it took some time, but hopefully getting that make will kind of kickstart them, kind of wake them up here in this third quarter after missing their first few shots.
All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? Now, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Tatum gets the bucket.
Look, this dude is well built, man. He's a specimen. He's 6'8". Look, he's going to score inside if he gets that close.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. So Miami ends up going with a new group. Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. And the power rankings look more concrete every day. Plenty of games behind us here in December. You take a look at the Celtics. They've risen to 3rd in the latest power rankings, playing well as of late.
You know, for Miami, they've definitely made a statement here in the early going.
Checked in for Boston. Al Horford comes in for Jaylen Brown. Boston's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Hero and Jaquez Jr. are out on the perimeter. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Hall in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And here's Tatum. 5 to shoot. Knocks it down from distance.
Here in the second half, you see they've gone to the long ball to try to keep up.
Heat leading by 21. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Oh, connects again.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Here's Cornette. Outside Tatum. Now, we don't pick favorites, Richard, but did you have a favorite road city?
Well, it depends on when you ask me, B.A. I love New York. That's my favorite city. I was born in L.A., but there's nothing like going home to Phoenix, Arizona, where I grew up.
Down low. Here's Ware. Lays it up and banks it in.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Outside Tatum. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the...
So no problem for Miami as they get the win, showing the rest of the Eastern Conference what kind of team they're going to be this year.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do in the semifinals. The NBA Cup has a way of humbling teams.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you.
They really thought they had a chance tonight.
Good win. Let's keep it going. Get the popcorn ready. It's game time. Objects in motion, stay in motion.
It's warming up. Beautiful afternoon on the Strip. Nothing like Las Vegas, Nevada. Hi and good evening, everyone. We've got an NBA Cup semifinal for you tonight in the East. And a ton is on the line. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. And how about we check the numbers for Nikola Vucevic?
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Vucevic. Terry is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Dosunmu in at the small forward. And for Miami, wing pairing will be Hero and Jaquez Jr. And it's prime time. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Ware in at the 5. Well, we've made it through 2 rounds of the NBA Cup. And the stakes? The stakes just keep rising.
Kevin, once you get to single elimination, there's no room for error. You have 2 Eastern Conference heavyweights going at it. I think this game could come down to the wire.
The bright lights of the NBA Cup semifinals. So much pressure. And guess what? MP thrives in the spotlight. Guys, he loves it.
Yeah, and talking to MP before the game, you could tell he was ecstatic. The entire NBA is watching this one. MP has a huge chance to prove himself. I expect him to have a big game.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Hall, that's good.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Giddey with the screen on Jaquez. Dosunmu, the pass to Terry. For the 3. And Ware pulls it down.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Here's Ware. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Hall, no good. Here's Buzelis. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Vucevic, a screen on Adebayo. Shot by Terry, no good. The Heat have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And he drops it in from the low post. Hall's got 6.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Buzelis. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Dosunmu's shot is off. The Heat leading by 3. To the inside, Hall, and he dunks it down.
Gives the team such a great element having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Pass to Buzelis. Back to Giddey. Pulls it up. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Now Giddey's shot continues to look like it's taking its strides.
Here's Hall. Giddey defending. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Rejected by Hall. driving in.
Oh, man.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Terry looking over the floor. On the wing, Dosunmu. Marquez defending. Dosunmu's shot is off. And here's Miami. They're on a 12-4 run. You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on Project Big Man, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project. And certainly Miami was able to do that. You have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Terry. Terry setting the pick for Vucevic. Buzelis with the ball. Inside. Giddey, no good. And here is Dosunmu. Back to Giddey. Terry finds Dosunmu. Giddey with the screen on Jaquez. 2 on the clock. A three-pointer, no good. Here's Hall. Jacks up a three. A three-pointer is right on target. Hall's got 19 points.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And so it's Miami. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Welcome back to the second quarter. It's the Cup semifinal. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
On the attack, right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
Time to go courtside and hear what's going on with MP.
Thanks, guys. As you know, MP grew up in the Chicago area, and he has great respect for the Jordan Bulls era. I asked him if that shaped him as a player, and he said, without a doubt. I saw the professionalism it took for that team to win 6 titles, and I knew I had to match it. That level of excellence is something I'll always strive for. I'll always have love for Chicago. You can see how much the Bulls franchise means to him, guys.
Isn't that nice? So good to see. Thanks, TA. Not a bad dynasty to model your approach after either. Andrew Wiggins is out there with prime time. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Jovic in at the power forward. So that's who Miami starts the second with. And Brent, if the super team era is indeed coming to a close, the Miami Heat were one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
And here's Jones following the 3 from Hall.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Hall, that's good.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Bulls trail by 15. Outside Collins. Outside ball. No good from outside. So the Bulls, their last game, a win against the 76ers. Robinson passes to Jovic. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Jovic has got his first 2 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Ball. It's hauled in by the Heat. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Dosunmu, the pass to Jones. Outside Collins. Hands it from downtown. Collins has got 5 points now in the quarter.
The more Collins looks to shoot it from deep, the better he'll become. He's putting in the work.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Both teams decide to change it up. And to look now at the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with and then the guts it takes to pull them off always blows me away.
You take a look at Hawkins. And I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
And Chicago has possession. The Heat getting the bucket. Terry setting the pick for Buzelis. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Giddey. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And not hard to see why they are giving up points on run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Giddey. After the basket by Davion Mitchell.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's Adebayo. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Now here's Dosunmu. Still yet to score. Vucevic a screen on Hawkins. And again, Chicago, no good. The Heat leading by 22 to the paint. Here's Hall. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Well, they have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Now here's Giddey. He's guarded by Hall. Giddey with it. Last game he had 28 points. Will it go? The shot, no good.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
And so it's Miami, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action in just a minute.
Welcome, everybody. And as we start to work our way through the season, a sneak peek at the Rookie of the Year race.
These first-year guys, very impressive so far. Now it is, who can sustain this level of play?
And the key is to follow your routine. Strength, conditioning, I'm not going to say diet because I'm not on a diet, but all the things you weren't thinking about when you were in school.
And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Chicago Bulls.
Let me start out by saying, if you make it here, like both these teams have, the whole league and NBA fan base is checking you out, and I know what the feeling is like.
You know, Shaq, I think I need more Shaqronyms in my life. How about OFC? You know what that is, big fella? Okra and fried chicken.
Ugh.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
Here we go. Second half of the 2024 NBA Cup semifinal round. Coming to you live on 2K. Really an incredible game from primetime.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
The Bulls shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. So for Chicago right now, we've got Terry. Buzelis out there with Dosunmu. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Vucevic in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Jaquez. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Takes it inside. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
The wide open look here for Terry. No good on the triple. And Miami shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor. Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Hall. And he banks in the layup. Hall's got 6 here in this quarter.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Pass to Buzelis. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. They grab their own miss. Here's Dosunmu. His three-pointers off the mark. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. Just got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it.
The Bulls have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half starting. Here's Giddey, and it's blocked.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And again it will drop. Another make there from Hall. Hall's got 41.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They set the pick. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Just 5 to shoot. Dosunmu, the pass to Giddey. It's Terry outside. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by Adebayo. Pass to Dosunmu. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
And when you're a high-usage player like Vucevic, you have to keep your head up and be willing to make the next pass.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Here's Giddey after the Heat pick up 2. And he jams it with authority.
Oh, defense did not see that coming as Giddey goes for the jam.
Miami's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Hero. Here's Hall. 43 points in the game. Here's the 3. Shot's good by Hero.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away. Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And so it's the Miami Heat up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be right back after this. Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Trust each other. Let's get that ball moving. Right? Ball moving. No holds. No holds. Right?
Well, moving the ball is so important to these coaches.
I mean, it helps make the offense run smoothly, Kevin. When you move the ball, more scoring opportunities open up.
Just 1 quarter left. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They've moved their way through the east side of the bracket and are headed for the final game of the NBA Cup.
Yeah, just one game, winner takes all. You know they're going to be bringing that competitive fire. They want to be the ones hoisting that cup.
And that about wraps it up. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. See you later.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping with it.
Way to bring home that W. Time to warm up. Get ready to rock.
All right, baby. Let's get down.
What a view of the Spring Mountains surrounding beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. Well, thinking back to last year, the first ever NBA Cup, the Lakers beating the Pacers in the final 123-109. And LeBron James was named MVP of the tournament.
And Anthony Davis went off in the final, 41-20 for the Pacers. Yes, they lost that championship game, but the experience was huge for them. And I think really helped them with a deep playoff run.
And how about this run to the NBA Cup championship for MP? From the start, he's made a point to tell us he wants the cup.
And his play has been incredible. The MP's led this team. It's been about more than what he's done on the floor. He's also led by example, and tonight for MP, it's all about enjoying the moment, playing to your potential, and hoisting that trophy.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Then there's Payton, and it's Green, and it's Santos in a power forward position. Good on the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about heat culture with the Miami franchise from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
The Heat have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Hall. No good that time. Great D that time from Green. Down low, Heaton. It's deflected.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
From the corner, Hall hits good. Hall's got 9.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Outside, Payton. Pass to Podziemski. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Our Heat leading by 6. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Eric Spoelstra. David?
We discussed Steph Curry, of course, and what he advised his team to do against him. Coach said, I told told our guys that we have to be right up on him to fight over screens and not allow him to feel comfortable out there. A huge task for any defense, and we'll see if this one is up to the challenge. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Wiggins is checked in for the Heat. 1:58 left in the first quarter. Looking to end the run. Podziemski's shot is good. Podziemski's got a couple of threes now in the first of the Warriors. Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Bulls.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Well, watching the film, I thought they did a great job playing with energy.
Here's Curry. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Pass to Podziemski. Outside, Payton. Now Podziemski. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots it up. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Podziemski's got his third bucket of the night, and many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Here's Podziemski after the made shot from Hall. Curry finds Green. From outside, off the mark. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. 7-point differential. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And both of these sides were fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot and split their season series at 1 apiece.
So it's the Warriors now after the made shot from Hall. A floater. Curry's shot is off.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Here's Hall, and he converts the layup. Hall's got 19 points.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
Now Hero. And so it's the Miami Heat holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Right back after this break. Welcome back, everyone. This is the second annual NBA Cup Championship game. It's the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, yeah, early on, the mid-range jumpers have been an important part of their attack. They're going old school.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
Duncan Robinson out there with prime time. Then there's Kevin Love. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Jovic in at the four-man position. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Warriors trail by 13. Here's Spencer. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Shot from the low block. Back to Hield. There's a screen. No good with the triple. The Heat leading by 13. Here's Hall. No good there. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Hield. Here's Spencer. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Hall passes to Love. Puts up a three, and he nails the three. Nice shot from beyond the arc there from Hall. Hall's got 5 points now in the quarter. Hield with it. Still without a basket. Over Robinson. Pass to Hield. Here's Spencer. Off target with his three. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And again, Miami with the triple.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And you have to enjoy this atmosphere, right? The fans have really taken to the NBA Cup.
And that might be because the teams are taking it seriously. Unlike, say, the All-Star game, these guys are focused and fighting for every possession. That's what makes it so entertaining.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in a single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level undeniable. A different look for Miami. Highsmith has checked in, and Davion Mitchell subbed in for Duncan Robinson. Now Podziemski. 8 points for him. Back to Green. Can they get it? Outside for Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Hall, guarded by Curry. Hall, that's good.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Outside, Green. Pass to Podziemski. Off target from outside.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Hall, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Golden State's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Here's Podziemski. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. No one near Payton as he lets it go. And the three ball is good.
Well, that's basically a warm-up three for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
Here's Hall going inside, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Now, here's Curry. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Payton. They kick it out to Green. Three-pointer. Kept alive. Here's Curry. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And Curry's not the biggest guy, but he can sense the contact coming and makes the adjustment.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Ware's checked in, and Adebayo subbed in for Jaime Jaquez.
What you appreciate most about Curry is his confidence, especially when it comes to how far he can connect from.
Hall passes to Ware. Bounce pass from Adebayo. Curry brings the double. Out left to the wing. Here's Hall. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And he slams it one-handed.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
And here's Wiggins. Gets it off. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Oh, man, that's like stealing 3 points. Big time finish to the quarter.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Heat out front, just dominating this one. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Hello, everybody. Let's start out with a look at the recently announced Players of the Week. For the West, Stephen Curry.
Curry adding another one to his collection. He's as deadly as he's ever been. Controls the pace of the game, makes guys around him better. A class act with a lot of basketball left in him.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Heat.
I can say I've been pumped about this tournament, especially the last few weeks. But the semifinals, we're excited, and now.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
There's always a buzz around Las Vegas. And just getting going here for the 2024 NBA Cup Championship second half. And thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Really an incredible game from time.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spot, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Then there's Peyton. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Santos in at the 4 slot. Outside, Hero. And again, Miami with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And at this point, Tyler Hero's used to hearing his name in just about every trade rumor that comes along, Stan. I would assume that's got to be a little disconcerting for a player.
It probably is, Kevin, but giving a lot of credit. It never seems bother him, at least in terms of affecting his play on the floor. He still puts up big numbers. He plays with great confidence. Tyler Hero is an outstanding offensive player.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Pass to Podziemski. Back to Green. Now here. Green, the screen. And the Warriors miss again.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Great open look there. Hall's got 46 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic. fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Some nice passing by Golden State here. Green with a screen for Payton. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shot by Podziemski, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Hall, that's good.
And they're getting the points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for a job well done that day. Devin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A. Pass to Green. To the paint. Curry is inside. He's guarded by Hall. Curry can't get it to go.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
And in addition to our NBA Cup champions being crowned tonight, also be naming an NBA Cup MVP.
And what an honor that it's going to be for one of these players. So get your guesses in now for who that MVP will be. I know who I'm going with, but I don't want to spoil it. And just taking his frustration out on the rim. He ends a huge run by the Heat.
Here's Hall. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Hall's got 56 points in the game.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy. And every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
Outside, Payton. Pass to Podziemski. Payton with a screen on Hero. Here's Podziemski. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Tyler Hero picks one up. The Warriors have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. That misses, so splits the free throws. Miami's gotten all 4 of the 3-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lining it up here. The ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so here is Miami. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the winner's mentality Wiggins has is commendable. A hard worker who wants to keep improving.
It's his first trip to the line.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%. So no doubt he's pleased with that.
Free throw good. Wiggins. And both free throws good for Wiggins. Golden State's gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Pass to Podziemski. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the third. Misses from short range to the right side. Here's Hall. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hall's got 58.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Here's Post. Pass to Hield. Takes a 3. Love grabs the board.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of the cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And so it's the Miami Heat holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here?
And they've done it. What a moment for this team to lift that NBA Cup over their heads. Pure glory.
It was a memorable journey to get to this point, a battle every step of the way. And you have to think this is a huge confidence boost for them moving forward. It proves they're ahead of the curve in terms of getting into postseason shape.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
Jonathan in the back.
How do you avoid a letdown in intensity when going from playing for a championship to being just one of 30 teams again?
Do you mind elaborating on that?
I mean, you're playing championship caliber ball.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle the transition from that to the everyday grind again?
Okay, I got you. This is just one goal of ours. You know, it's definitely not our last. Me and my teammates, we know that we got a lot more that we want to accomplish. So we just have to do our job of keeping each other honest. You know what I mean?
Okay, then. That's how we stand on business.
Hey, congrats to NP for winning the NBA Cup. That was fun to watch. You were on the mission.